Hello and welcome to another episode of my channel. My name is Chaos Mole, and today we have the news. Anthem 2.0 or Anthem Next is dead. As it turns out, it seems like that EA has finally made a decision on the future of this game. As you might have heard, Anthem 2.0 was in development for over a year now. Or, well, development is maybe the wrong word for this. It was more like a planning phase, like a brainstorming phase. They wanted to see what they can do with Anthem, and they planned all those things. Now, last week, we heard from Bloomberg that they're now deciding if this game is getting cancelled or if they will proceed with the development. And now we are getting the news from Bloomberg that they have decided and Anthem 2.0 is dead, and then the official news will come from EA in just a few. But so this is basically like, a leak, you could say, like an insider who said, okay, look, this and this is going on, and so far they have been absolutely spot on with everything, so I don't doubt this here a minute, but the official news will follow in just a few, and EA will announce that Anthem 2.0 is dead. And I will be honest, I'm not surprised by that. Like, yes, we can now argue that EA doesn't have the commitment for this game, and it doesn't really surprise you at all. But the reality is also that the gaming market is moving too quickly nowadays. Even if they would commit to this game, they would probably need another year at least to make this review or remake happening, and then the gaming industry already moved on to the next big thing, and the amount of work and time you have to invest into this to really make this game shine is a lot, and then you don't even know if the people are coming back. Like Anthem is really one of those games where I have the feeling that people really moved on from it. Like games like Sea of Thieves, right? People came back to it. Why? Because there were permanent updates to it. Like from the first day to today, Microsoft has, and Rare in that case, because they're the developer, have put tons of updates out there, and they have put in tons of work. So even the people who have stuck with the game never had the feeling that they have been abandoned by the developers and by the publisher. Anthem, though, on the other hand, well, they didn't really get an update in last year. Yeah, they got some holidays, but that was it. Like everything else, didn't really get an update. And even the people who really stick to the game, the hardcore fans, even they moved on. And that is not good for those type of games. And as I said, like we already have a lot of very successful games, and then there's a new one coming out, Outriders from Square Enix, and People Can Fly is actually going to beta tomorrow and then releases on April 1st. Like, even if Anthem would put a lot of work into the game, or BioWare would put a lot of work into Anthem, at the end, we don't even know if people would care for it. I will be honest, even though I'm a huge Mac fan, I really love the world, I love the characters, I would probably not come back to it because I have alternatives, and if I had to pay for it again, which is probably an idea EA had, like I'm mostly convinced EA wouldn't have give out Anthem 2.0 for free. I wouldn't come back. So it would be actually far easier for EA and BioWare, like if they would decide that they want to pursue the idea of Anthem, like of a live service game of this particular world, if they want to pursue this, it would probably be much easier just to announce an Anthem 2 or make it a completely different title like Anthem, I don't know, Next World or whatever. You get the idea, right? They would have probably been much better off instead of supporting Anthem as we know it right now. But again, EA is a company who moves very fast and who thinks more in yearly releases than about like long-term commitments. And yeah, this is not their style. And when I heard that they considered to shut down Anthem 2.0, I wasn't really surprised. Like I was like, yeah, they will shut it down. They will cancel it. because that's how EA operates. That's how they do it. Like EA is not even capable of supporting like super successful games. Like Battlefield 1 was a wonderful example of this, where Battlefield 1 was really beloved, had so many players, like even EA was like, oh my god, we sold like 20 million units. We are having so many players like never before. This was our most successful Battlefield game of all time. Like, this thing is amazing. And then Battlefield 5 came out and they completely abandoned Battlefield 1. And Battlefield 5 is not doing so great, and even EA admitted that afterwards in their calls, and they were like, oh yeah, Battlefield is still doing better technically than Battlefield 5, but we have completely abandoned Battlefield 1. I was like, wait, you abandon a successful game just because you released another game which is not working? What? And EA is just not operating like that. And let's be honest here, BioWare itself is already working on the next games. Like, they're working on the next Dragon Age game, right? We know that. They're working on the next Mass Effect game now. And who knows what they're else working on, which we don't even know yet about. So moving people from those teams just to maybe resurrect Anthem ain't gonna happen. So they probably have to find like another team who would take up the burden. But it seems like all the teams are working on their own stuff. No, it really seems like it makes sense for EA to move on. It's a shame because this game could have been cool, could have been interesting, but because of all the issues the development had, and because of all the typical things EA does a little bit on the corporate side, this game is dead. Like, they said that they will continue to let Anthem run, like the normal Anthem. I wonder if that is getting like any future content updates, but I will be honest, it didn't got any future content updates in a year. So yeah, my guess is very much Anthem is dead. So sucks, but I'm not really sad about it, especially because we have so many other looter shooter games out there, and they're all fun and they all have big communities, but it sucks. It could have been definitely be a good game, and I'm not happy about it, but this is unsurprising and unfortunate in the end. But that's how it is. All right. With that said, folks, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate a like. And if you're new to the channel, you want to see more gaming news and gaming related content, especially about the gaming industry, I would also appreciate a subscription to my channel, if you want to consider that, of course. And with that said, I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.